Good morning, everybody. Subby down here at Baumgard Weather Center. Well, we got a lot to go over this morning. I'll try to keep it as short and sweet as possible as we have a storm system that is going to be affecting us. And actually, for the entire middle part of the country, we have two storm systems that's going to be affecting us Friday. And then another one following right on its heels on Saturday that's going to develop severe weather down into the southeast and maybe even parts up into the Ohio Valley. So let's just jump into this. We're going to take a look at what effect it's going to have here in west central Missouri, as well as we'll take a look at the forecast for the weekend at the end of this video. So as I put this into motion, here is our first troublemaker. It's coming in late tonight off the coast of California into Arizona, New Mexico. It will continue to slide off to the east and to the northeast. And what this map actually shows you are the upper level winds. Okay, this is the 500 millibar chart, 18,000 feet above our heads. This shows us where these storm systems are going to go because the jet stream is kind of like the steering winds of the storm systems. So we have a powerhouse low pressure system that it looks like it's going to be centered right over western parts of Kansas tomorrow morning. And this is going to be another big time record breaker. We're looking at 970 millibars, which is equivalent to like a Cat 2 hurricane over land. That's how strong of a low pressure system this is going to be. And anybody that has aches, pains, arthritis, joint pain, you need to be taking your proactive steps today all the way through the weekend. And the reason why that causes pain is because we always have to be living in a state of equilibrium. So when we get this low, extreme low pressure that centers on top of us, our bodies try to regulate that, and it puts extra stress on our bodies and our joints and our muscles. So definitely be taking proactive steps on that. And as we go into Friday afternoon, you'll notice there is a plume of very strong winds up above that is going to be centered right along that state line, Kansas, Missouri, up into west central Missouri, and this is a negatively tilted trough. And if you notice where the center of that low pressure system, notice that if we would draw an axis, it's pretty much pointing from northwest to southeast, and that is what's called a negatively tilted trough. And what that allows is a lot more lifting of the atmosphere, meaning that thunderstorms and rain showers can actually form a lot easier. Typically, we start to see the severe threat maximized down here in the southeast quadrant of that low pressure system of a negatively tilted trough. However, what's a little bit different with this storm system than a lot of these that we see is you notice most of the winds are coming from the southwest. Okay, not necessarily from the south or from the southeast. There's not going to be a whole lot of moisture associated with this storm system until it moves off a little bit further to the east. And then it starts to pick up some of the warm, moist air from the Gulf of America down in this area and then shove it back up into the storm system. So we're right on that dividing line, guys, of the availability of any moisture to be able to be injected into the storm system. I think we will see some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. I think we are going to be the start of it right here in west central Missouri. I think these thunderstorms will develop right on top of us, and then they will continue to intensify as they move off to the east into eastern Missouri, southeast Missouri, and on off into Illinois and Tennessee, Mississippi, in that area where they have a enhanced risk to see severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. I cannot rule out a possible strong storm tomorrow afternoon. I, this is going to be kind of hit and miss, guys. I mean, we're going to be in a narrow corridor of the possibility of seeing some thunderstorms. Any thunderstorms that do happen to form, we have more than enough um, instability and wind shear to be able to drive these thunderstorms and possibly get a couple stronger storms out of it, especially those over in Pettis County, Benton County, kind of our eastern counties here in West Central Missouri. I'll be watching this very closely. I'll be right here at the Weather Center for the afternoon and early evening, tracking any of these storms. Not everybody, I don't think, is going to get wet, believe it or not. I think we could see something happen, whereas, say, Butler doesn't get a drop of rain and Pettis County gets a severe thunderstorm warning over there near Sedalia and pick up a half inch of rain. I mean, that's a closeness of error of margin that we have with this storm system. So just a matter of 30, 40 miles, 50 miles can make all the difference in the world. So definitely something I'll be keeping a very close eye on. But also, the big thing tomorrow is going to be the wind. So we're going to have another very windy day, kind of like what we had here about a week ago, where we have wind gusts up to 50, possibly even 60 miles per hour. Now, most of all of our area here in West Central Missouri is under a high wind watch for tomorrow, for the likelihood of seeing some of those 60-mile per hour gusts here in our area. So, of course, along with that, we've been very dry. So we do have a fire weather watch going on. We will likely be under a red flag warning tomorrow here in West Central Missouri, at least for most of the day, until the potential to see some rain showers, maybe some thunderstorms move in tomorrow afternoon. But then it's going to be very short lived. We get those thunderstorms, should happen to pop up in West Central Missouri, then they're out of here. Okay, and then we will be left dry, and then we go through the day on Saturday, much cooler, and again cooler for Sunday as well. Just a slight chance to see a couple showers Saturday night, as a little disturbance will be pushing through. But this thing is a powerhouse of a system, and let me show you what those down just to our southeast and southeast Missouri and southeast United States are going to be dealing with. So as this storm system comes through, you'll notice right behind that another trough develops. Now this one here will likely be the severe weather, the biggest severe weather maker for the southeast. And that's going to be in four parts of the Ohio Valley. That will be coming in on Saturday for them. Now notice how it digs in, and it's going to have a lot more moisture to work with. That's the reason why the better chances, I think, of seeing severe weather is going to remain down to the southeast for Saturday, in which they could be looking at at an outbreak style event down in that area. And so definitely something I'll be watching for throughout the weekend for that area. But man, one right after another. So much cooler weather coming in for the weekend. Of course, we need to prepare for that, and it's really going to feel a lot colder, considering we're having over 80-degree high temperatures today. The first time that has happened since back on October 28th that we had a high temperature over 80 degrees. So it's been a long time since we've seen those 80s, and we're going to be seeing about a 35-degree drop as we head into the weekend. So again, guys, we're going to be very windy tomorrow. Fire danger, wind gusts possibly up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. The possibility of seeing some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. A couple of them could be on the stronger side. I'll be watching them here at Baumgard's Weather Center for the course of the afternoon. So very active weather coming in for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the rest of the forecast for this weekend. And of course, tomorrow, about a 50-50 shot to see those afternoon thunderstorms. Of course, fire danger very high tomorrow. windy conditions, 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts, and the possibility of seeing a couple stronger storms tomorrow afternoon. We're looking for a high of 80 on Friday, low of 48. Saturday, 20% chance of seeing those little isolated evening chances of showers with a high of 58 and a low of 34 degrees on Saturday night. And then we'll end the weekend on Sunday with partly sunny skies, 54 degrees for the high, and the low of 40. So lots of things to be going over. I will likely be keeping an overnight forecast on YouTube as well as Subby's West Central Missouri Advisory page on Facebook. I will likely be having those on through the course of the night with updated forecasts, and especially for those that work second, third shift, to keep them up to date on any watches, warnings, or advisories through our scrolling software that we have for Subby's Weather Talk to keep everybody updated. And then, of course, I will be back on air first thing in the morning, and we'll be looking at the latest information and timing of the potential for thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Everybody have a fantastic day, and we'll be talking to you soon.